Hey everybody, welcome to another timeless pick a card reading, where in this one we're going to be asking advice from Spirit on what they'd like us to know around manifestation. And a big shout out to Chaitra for recommending this subject for a video. I'm not sure if you wanted it for a pick a card, but that's what Spirit's going to do today. So hope you guys enjoy this. You're going to have a choice of 5 different pick a cards. And of course, you can choose as many of these as you want, whatever resonates, or watch them all and see what Spirit has as far as manifesting things in your life for you. So number 1 is going to be the heart singing. Number 2 is going to be thoughts that block. Number 3 is going to be the magic wand. Number 4 is going to be the attitude of gratitude. And number 5 is trust. So we'll start with number 1, of course, but if you want to leap to one of the other ones, all the timestamps will be down in the description box of the video below. If you chose reading number 1, which is the heart singing, then this is the reading for you. And this energy of this particular reading is about really having clarity around what your vision is. What is it you really want in your life? Connecting to your heart and finding out what makes it sing. Bringing your heart, your true heart, into what you want to do with your life or what you are truly wanting to manifest. So we are going to start off here with these beautiful cards, the Cosmic Journey Oracle. And any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. So we'll take a look here and see what your first card is regarding your heart singing. So what advice do you have for those that chose the heart singing, please? All right, they do want that one right there. And you cannot pour from an empty cup. And I love that, especially it's a picture with a heart pouring it onto the earth. Beautiful. That is card number 35. We'll put that right here. And let us see here what message comes in here. So it says, it's easier for so many of us to want to give. Give, give, give. But it's impossible to pour from an empty cup. You may believe you are being more generous by sacrificing your own well-being for your family, your company, your community, but you're not. You're simply playing the role of savior without saving yourself. It's a feeble form of denial to believe you can help someone else without first healing the same wound in yourself. Too many times we may feel guilty saying no to an important project or task. It's even worse for those of us with big missions. There's no extra credit for running yourself into the ground. In some way or another, your body will tell you it needs a rest. Often this will come at inopportune times. The most selfless thing you can do is ensure that you are taken care of. Fill your cup. The cosmic catalyst question for that is, what truly fills your cup? What can I do daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and yearly? So think of different situations and activities, small or big, and list at least 11 things that will fill up your cup, that will make your heart sing. And the cosmic checkbox that you can do if this resonates, it says share your list of cup-filling activities with those closest around you and schedule some in your calendar. Wow, it's so perfect for this, about choosing things that are truly make your heart sing. So when we're trying to manifest things that are not from our heart, it's from our mind of the supposed to, the should, the need to, of what we feel. This is what I should be manifesting. This is what I'm supposed to be manifesting. All that opinion of the outside world, our heart is truly not in it, truly. And with that, we also that's what the universe feels from us, is our heart. It doesn't go off of our mind. It goes off of what's deep in our heart and what it is wanting, what it is longing for. That's why things will come into our life and we're like, what is this coming in for? I didn't want this. But your heart is the one that has access to the internet and to your Amazon account, and it's ordering everything from Amazon to come to you in your life. So to really, truly understand what you want to manifest, this is really about getting in tune with your heart. So I like that. And then we are also going to pull from these conjure cards. And it's the first time using these, so we'll pull from the little book for the definitions, because I'm not fully 100% aware of the meaning that the author meant for these. We'll, of course, look at intuitively, too. All right. So let's take a look here. What else? All right. There we go. And you have the Queen of Hearts. Oh my gosh. Right? The Queen of Hearts for the heart singing. You can't make it up. You just can't make it up. So let's see what message comes in here with the Queen of Hearts. I just love it. I love it. So the Queen of Hearts, so it talks about, so it's talking about the divine feminine energy. Also, it mentions both male and female, or how we identify in this definition here. But regardless of how this is applied, it is talking about the ideal lover, current or future, regardless of gender or orientation. And I feel like the energy around this with the intuitively with the message that we're looking at here, this is about what is the true love that you're looking for. And so the true love of your heart, right? What your heart desires. So definitely this is right in attunement here. I mean, the hearts and the hearts, it just blows me away. It's just hilarious. And then we are going to pull here from the Tarot of the Divine and see what else they'd like you to know here around your heart singing. So let's take a look here. All right. So what else would you like for those that chose the singing heart to know here? I feel like you have these two here. What else? Okay, these two here. This one here. Okay, for some reason they want it to go like that, and then they want the one from the bottom for here. Okay. So let's see what we have going on here. We do want to start with this one, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune. So the Wheel of Fortune does talk about fated events, and that this is endings and new beginnings that come in your life, and things start to change. And so as you connect to what your true desires are, that is like the activation. They're showing me like, you know, one of those type of Indiana Jones movies where you do something specific and all this stuff starts to happen. All the wheels start to turn and it opens up doors and secret passages, and it allows things to move and to change in your life as you go forward on that. And it speaks of that even though there are these obstacles, and it may take us time to really eventually turn inward into our heart when the outside things just don't seem to be going, you know, in flow, we eventually will turn into our heart, because we'll get disappointed enough in the outside world that all these fated events that are designed for us to encounter, all this stuff that we're looking for in the outside world, you know, trying to live up to all those expectations we talked about. And it turns us eventually inward and upward into our heart for us to understand what it is that we're truly wanting. And this beautiful fated events, knowing that what is meant for us will never pass us by. And so eventually we will get wore down, our human side will, because it'll be disappointed enough that it doesn't just have this energy to want to invest in anything in the outside world. It's like when you wake up in the morning and you're like, oh, great, I got to go live my dream today. That's not your dream. That's not what makes your heart sing. When you wake up in the morning going, oh my gosh, I can't wait to get started, even if I have to go work a part-time job or a job to get funds to live my dream, you're excited about it because you get to do that. That is you living your dream, not just existing. So I love that coming in here. Yeah, you do have the Tower. So the Tower card here, I'm sorry, I didn't show that long enough there. Tower card is about things being removed out of our life on purpose, for purpose. And this works so well together because the Wheel of Fortune has this story that our soul, chooses all these fated events it wants us to experience. And within each, we still have the power to choose what it means, like what story we apply to it and what emotion we want to feel as we go through it. But all these fated events do unfold. And so one of the fated events, whatever is in our life here, needs to be removed in order for us to experience the next fated event. And that's where the Tower card comes in. It means that we get this countdown where this thing is going to be removed. And I love how they usually have one person jumping out and one person being blasted out of the tower. And it means that we'll get, if you're really tuned into spirit and you're paying attention to those whispers, so you're not in a lot of chaos, you're not in a lot of fear, you hear the countdown before the lightning strikes. And the person jumping out is that we can leap out before we get to that tower moment. But a lot of us want to have all these experiences right up to where this tower gets hit by lightning. Then it's removed for us to allow us to move further. So these work very well about letting you know there's all these fated events that are happening on purpose, for purpose. Things being removed out of our way, out of our life to make space for us to move on to where our true heart wants us to be. So sometimes we'll have like, oh, but I wanted that job. And like our mind wanted the job, but our heart didn't. And like we talked about, the heart is the one that is sending that message to the universe on what it is wanting. And then you have the Moon card. So 3 major arcana coming up here. So this is life-changing type of energy that's coming in for you. Because the moon does allow you to dive into the deep, into the emotions, right? It's all the water. The moon impacts our, tides on Earth. The water, the tide coming in and out is because the moon pull is what draws the water. And so the moon is coming in here letting you know about the importance of connecting to your emotions, connecting to the deep, really understanding, again, what it is that your emotions truly want, not the brainwashing that we've had done to us with the conditioning of praise and punishment in our lives, all those opinions given to us when we were young, telling us who you should be, what you should be doing, supposed to, need to, have to, must. This is all about tuning into your heart instead. And I love that. Then we go up here and you have the King of Wands. Wands is your drive, your ambition, your passion, your inspiration. And it can be your spiritual energy too. And I really feel with this, with the king being the highest of the suit, this represents the highest spiritual energy that you can connect to, which is your higher self. And that's where you find your true heart's passion, is you turn inward and upward. And the more you connect with your higher self in the spiritual world, the more you are connecting to your high heart, which is where your soul purpose is seated. It's where it's sitting. And that's how you can help discover what it is too, diving into your heart, into your emotions, and connecting to your higher self. And then you have the Nine of Wands. Yeah. So Wands is the blocks. Wands is what I talked about here, but the Nine of Wands is like all these blocks. There's all this stuff that's keeping between you and your manifestation. And it is the energy. It's the emotional energy that's going on there. And so I love that you have the King of Wands, which holds the Ace of Wands here, which is one of these blocks that's in here. And when we realize that it's us that is keeping us from moving forward towards our heart's desire, what makes our heart truly sing, then we understand that we can pull away one of the wands, the Ace of Wands, have it in our hand, and then opens up a space for us to step through to what we're truly wanting in our lives. So we hold the power. The outside world does not. We have all these fated events that our soul put in for. By the way, it's not other people telling us, what we wanted in this life. We are co-creating it. We decided with Creator and Spirit what we wanted to experience when we came down here. And so they are allowing that stuff to fulfill. Wow. 4 major arcana. And you have the World card, which is an ending of a major cycle and the beginning of a new one coming in. So definitely, as you connect more to your heart here, you're letting the stuff go that no longer serves you, and the doors are opening up. You're having this ending, and then you are moving into the beginning of a new, exciting opportunity in your life. So that which is more in tune with your heart. So I love it. Then the final card we're going to pull from here is the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So let's take a look here and see what their final advice is here for you. All right, so what else for those that chose the heart singing? Okay, this is the one. And you've got stillness. Beautiful card there. And we'll put that right here. Let's just make some space here. And let's see what message comes with stillness for you. So this is the frozen tundra. The tundra is a stark and severe landscape found in both the southern and northern hemispheres. It is usually bereft of most plant and animal life and can only support very low growing plants such as mosses and lichen. The soil is frozen year round, so it is impossible for trees to grow in that barren landscape. In the winter, the landscape is very cold and dark, and wild winds surge across the desolation. Even in the summer, the land remains frozen, although the surface can be soggy and covered with lakes, marshes, ponds, and bogs that become havens for millions of migrating birds. The message that this landscape brings to you, it says, take a step back from a project, a situation, or relationship, even if it is just for a few moments. Mend bridges, slow down, breathe, be still, go within. Listen to your inner voice. Take time to connect with your spirit guides, your ancestors, and spiritual guardians. Listen to your higher self. Timing is everything. This is not a good time to start a new cycle. Wait. Incubate, fix things that need fixing, heal things that need healing, think things through, forgive yourself and others. If things seem barren or even bleak, hold on. Just as the migrating birds find new life in the tundra marshes in the summer, you too will expand once again during the coming thaw in your life. Oh my God, I love that. So definitely it's reiterating the message here from what I feel here, because it does feel like it's the winter, it's the barren part. And now is not time to start a new cycle until you do turn inward and connect higher, move within and understand what it is that you truly want. It feels like you're in this winter, like you're not manifesting, things are not unfolding, right? And so with this change, it's almost like the change of seasons that happens. The cycle does end and the new season begins. That is spring and summer, where it's going to be feeling so much more nourishing and so much more fulfilling for you, because you are connecting to that beautiful water it talks about in here too, which is your emotions. Your heart begins to sing. I love this for you. Now, in addition to these readings, I also put out like weekly energy updates, monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. If you don't want to miss out on these and get notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then by clicking the subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. When you go in there, there is an option for all. If you select it, two things happen. One, you'll be notified when new videos come out. And two, you'll be notified when I go live on YouTube, providing free readings as well. So if you haven't stopped by to check those out, I'd love to see you. We can see if we can get a free reading in there for you as well. Also, doing the things I mentioned helps spread the Zen love, and it does help the channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like and share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy, excited, happy, it wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I'm very, very grateful. Also, these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video below. All right, all of you beautiful heart singers, as you go through this amazing transformation, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking soon. But in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. If you chose reading number 2, which is Thoughts That Block, then this is the reading for you. And this reading focuses in on, it's our thoughts and our beliefs and our mindsets that can be the blocks that limit us from manifesting. We have these doubts, and they just are like throwing a wrench in the works of things moving forward, because we are the ones that are holding it back by our own kind of opinions that were fed into us our entire life. So that's what we're going to look in here and for advice from Spirit. We're going to start off with the Cosmic Journey Oracle, and any of the cards I use in a reading I do list in the description box of the video below. But we'll see here what else they want us to know about these thoughts that block. So for those that chose reading 2, what would you like them to know? What advice? Okay, that'll be the one here. And you have 3, 2, 1, jump. Card number 1. Beautiful card there. Put that over here. And let's take a look and see what message comes in for that. How many times have you been just at the edge, but then turned around? Have you ever been in a situation similar to the one that you're faced with now? Perhaps it seems scary only because you think you don't have a net. Do you believe your wings will appear when you leap? If only you knew then what you know now, you have so many unseen cheerleaders rooting for you. The countdown is on. 3, 2, 1, jump! The cosmic catalyst question for this one is, what am I standing on the precipice of? What will it take for me to finally jump? And a little cosmic checkbox, which is something that you can do if it resonates, place at least one immovable date on your calendar that will force you to move forward. So I like this advice for you because it's all about the thinking, all about the thoughts, and, how many times have we got to the edge and we're afraid of something, so we turn back around and we would rather go back into the comfort zone where we are. But when our fears get outweighed by an ugly feeling of not being ourselves, that's when we make the jump. But until we do, until it outweighs it, the fear will always win and we'll turn back around. But eventually we just get so frustrated with this ugly feeling of not living the life that we feel we want to live or do the things that we want to do, that we just are like, I don't care anymore, I'm going to do it. They were reminding me of a lot of my female friends when they had their first babies. They, in the beginning when they found out they were pregnant, they were joyful, but they also were scared because they were like, I just can't imagine with childbirth when that baby coming out is going to be scary. It's going to be such a frightening experience. And but I learned over time that when you get into that 7th month, the 8th month, when there's less and less room in your body and you are suffering, you are like, I can't wait to get this baby out of me. And right up until the birthing, when they're having contractions and everything too, they're like, I didn't care. I just, I love my baby, but it was so uncomfortable in my body. I needed it outside of me. And so that's kind of what happens with this as well. It's so funny. All right. And we're also going to look into these conjure cards here. And this is the first time me using these in a reading, and so I will read from the book, or at least look at the reference and read from it intuitively. But we'll see what else they want to add in here. For those that chose reading number 2, okay, they do want that one there. And you have the 10 of clubs. Let's see if the 10 of clubs here. And we'll put that right here. And let's see what that brings in. What message here? So the 10 of clubs is the 3 crosses, and it says throughout the southern Appalachian hills, 3 crosses deck the hillsides next to billboards advertising ginseng, car insurance, and church messages such as hell is real. The folks of the Appalachia have long looked to Calvary for their salvation from poverty, pain, and illness. Just like everything was completed at Calvary, the 10 of clubs shows a completion of plans or events coming to a close. They show good things to come after a long period of hard work and bearing your cross. It is a spiritual pat on the back. So I like this coming in here because it is about fear, right? Like they say, it's the culmination. It's what saves us from these feelings of fear. And that's what this is all about. And I love that you have a 10. Reminds me of the 10 of swords. Because when I saw this, I saw 3 small T's. And what I call our fears are small T truths. So fitting here. Because the small T truths are our fears of losing conditional love. They're all the opinions that we were given when we were young. Like all children, we don't know any better. We just take on everyone's opinions as truth, and that this is the way things are supposed to be and should be and need to be and have to be and must be. And we fear losing love and getting punished if we don't adhere and complete all those things. And we also enjoy the praise. When we do the things that people like us to do, we're praised for it. And so we create this praise and punishment conditional law system within us that controls our actions, controls our fears of what we want and what we think we're supposed to have. Well, I love the 10 coming in here because it does remind me of the 10 of swords, which is the getting exhausted, almost, like dying on a cross, where you feel like you've sacrificed so much, you give so much of your energy trying to live up to everyone's rules. And in the end, we're so exhausted, we just want to give up, which is what the 10 is. 10 and 1, endings and new beginnings. So you are releasing these desires. You are releasing this more and more of these thoughts and these beliefs and these mindsets that are restricting you and keeping you from wanting to move forward, like it talked about. So we're also going to pull here from the Tarot of the Divine and see what else they would like you to know around these truths, these thoughts that block. So let's take a look here. What else for those that chose reading number 2? Okay, I do want that one there. I do want that one there. I'm going to do this one here. Okay, and I do want that one here, that one here, and this one here. All right. So we'll start with this one over here. And we have the 5 of Cups. And the 5 of Cups, cups are our emotions. And the 5 of Cups shows someone that is weeping over the disappointment, right? All those small t truths, expectations equal disappointment. We are never going to completely meet someone else's expectations. And we are never going to complete at least one expectation of everyone in the entire world at once. So when there's expectations, when there's these small t truths, there is always disappointment. And so we have the emotions that we go through, and we end up eventually turning around here to the 2 of Cups behind us, which does take us into this wonderful energy and power of emotional choice. It allows us to know that within each moment, we are the ones that can decide, one, what story we apply to any situation, but also what emotion we choose as we go through it. Those opinions were opinions, and we were so inundated with some of the same opinions over and over that we took it on as our own opinion, and then we took it on as our habit. When this thing happens, this is what I think. When that thing happens, this is how I feel. And we get to this point of it's a reaction, because that habit is so much reinforced and lived that it happens so fast it may not feel like we're making a choice, but we are. And so this card is letting us know the power of choice, and that we can change that habit. It takes time sometimes to change a habit, but we can do it. We no longer have to believe when that thing happens, this is what it means. When that thing happens, this is how I feel. Like losing a job, example. We can be like, maybe have had a belief that that means we're a failure, and that we are supposed to feel devastated by that and have it fear. It's like, you're never going to find another job, and what are people going to think, and rah, 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 right? And so we live that, and we have that fear, but we can change that habit. What if it's like a toxic relationship with a person, but it's a toxic relationship with a job? I hate going to work every day, and I can't stand it, and I feel abused and used by this company. And if I continue to do that, what's going to end up happening to me, right? What's going to end up happening to my health? But if it comes down to this, where they break up with us, or they fire us, terminate us, right? We can be like, oh, thank goodness, I was never going to be the one to leave that relationship with a person or a job. So thank God they did it for me. Now I can choose to be happy about it, and that I want to go and, I'm going to be able to find a job more in alignment with me that treats me the way I want to be treated, or a person, right? So we can change that habit. We can transform these thoughts that block and open up things. Yeah, and then here we have the 2 of Swords. So swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets, our attitudes, our expectations. And here we go. The 2 decisions that we make. One from the mind, which is over here, all that logic, all these things. But there's also here with the moon, trusting our heart, trusting our intuition. The Ace of Swords in the sword suit allows us to connect to capital T truths of the higher realm that are rooted in unconditional love, and they allow us to cut away the thoughts and the beliefs and mindsets of those small t truths. So there's just decision making here of, am I going to continue to make decisions of those that are rooted in the fear of losing conditional love, or am I going to tune in to those that are that of unconditional love? That's what the 2 of Cups is too. 2 of Cups is an emotional choice. 2 of Swords is a mental choice. Each moment is a choice of unconditional love emotions and stories, or those emotions of conditional love or unconditional love. So I love the choices that are coming in here. Power of choice. And then you have the Seven of Wands. And the Seven of Wands is this story that we have of, well, if I move ahead, what are people, people aren't going to like that. And maybe you've had people in the past that have destroyed your dreams, right? I call them the dream busters, where you go in and, you're like, this is what I want to do. This is where I want to head and for my life. And they're like, how dare you try to be happy in your life? Come back here and be miserable with the rest of us. So that can deter us from taking action and moving forward. Wands is our drive, our ambition, our passion, our inspiration. So the fear of having other people attack us and that other people are displeased, which can happen. But what happens is that people feel lower than you. And when they already think you're higher than them. And then if you make an action that moves you where they feel you're even higher, they don't like it. And it's not that you are intimidating, it's that they are intimidated. And then they feel like they need to bring you down to where they're at. But if you instead, as you rise up, you help lift them up, then that also helps change things. And so with this thought and belief pattern that you might have had a lot of people in your life that really, when you would be like, oh my God, I'm getting a promotion, like I never get promoted, why didn't I do? They make it about them instead of celebrating you. And so you learn to dim your light and not want to step forward too, because of when you got punished or bullied. I know in my life, when I did very well in school, but other people didn't, and then they would want to cheat off my paper and have me, give them answers during tests and stuff. And I was raised very, very strictly about cheating is wrong. And so when I would say no, I would get bullied and punched and thrown up against lockers and spit on and all that kind of stuff. And you learn not to have your smartness or whatever your victories publicly, you don't put it out there. You learn to suppress it, right? And that can lead to you not wanting to be victorious and allowing yourself to move forward either. So beautiful energies and awarenesses are coming through here for you. And then you have the Temperance card, balance things out. That it does take time for things to change, and they want you to be patient with yourself as you do look at things from a different point of view, as you change these habits. It does take time for things to happen, and tempering is like they usually have two cups, like alchemy, where they're going back and forth, and as things go back, purify, things change, and it does take time. You're not going to do this overnight. Start taking a deep breath. Just look into and question a thought or a belief or a mindset that comes in with that. So I really like this energy that's coming in here, because it doesn't feel like you're forced to make quick changes, right? Which is what we don't want to do. As a human, we're like, we don't want to change our minds. This is like it's our foundation. If that's wrong, then everything's wrong. No. So we can go about questioning without the intent that I have to go in and change my mind and my thoughts. It's like, no, I'm just going to go in and look. I'm not going to purchase. I'm just going to walk around the store, see what's there, and then I'm going to leave. And that's how we start. I'm just going to go look at things. And the amazing thing is, as you start to look at things, some things just start to change, because you're bringing things that are in your subconscious that you don't realize are there into your consciousness. And simply doing that, things dissolve, things take care of themselves too. So I like it. Yeah. And here you have the Seven of Swords. And I love this card for this reading, because the Seven of Swords, again, swords are our thoughts, our beliefs, our mindsets. The Seven of Swords tells us a story of what of our own thoughts and our beliefs and mindsets are stealing things from us. They're the thieves. They're stealing opportunities, relationships, manifesting from us, because It's limiting us. It's blocking us. So a perfect card to come up here, it is allowing us to look at and see those thoughts and beliefs that are stealing our joy and everything from us. And then you're like, wow, I don't want that anymore. I want to cut that away out of my life because it's not necessary. A lot of our thoughts and our beliefs and our mindsets were created as a defense when we were young, and we didn't know any better back then. We just did and built whatever walls and things to protect us back then, but they are outdated. They're not needed anymore because we are adults and we're able to take care of ourselves in ways that a child couldn't. And so as we go look at these walls and these barriers that we have up, we're able to release them as we transform them. Here's the scary emotional monsters that are in the shadow, and we realize, that wasn't something I don't have to be afraid of anymore, because I'm going to stop that from happening if anyone ever tried, these emotional things before. A lot of emotional monsters create our thoughts and our beliefs. And then you have the Four of Swords. Perfect card. Because the Four of Swords usually has 3 swords on a wall and they're sleeping on the 4th sword, which is peace of mind. What a great card to have your last tarot card here. Because it is telling you that that Ace of Swords that they're sleeping on cuts away the thoughts and the beliefs and the mindsets. And look at this. I love how they interpreted this. Here's the 3 swords, the expectations that we're getting rid of. And here is the emotional monster. And look, the Ace of Swords is killing the emotional monster. So as you connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm that are rooted in unconditional love, it allows you to cut away these expectations, all these opinions, the thoughts, the beliefs, the mindsets that were there before. Clears the blocks. And then your last card for this reading is going to come from the Sacred Destiny Oracle. And let's see what they have here. What's your final message for this reading for those that chose? All right. Reading number 2. And you've got Embracing. Got beautiful cards. Such beautiful imagery and landscapes on these. We'll put that right here. And let's see what Embracing brings you. So these are the floodplains. And it says a floodplain is a naturally occurring phenomenon in which the land adjacent to a river floods out to far banks of the surrounding land during times of high water. Land that is normally dry may be underwater for a period of time. And when this occurs, silt, sand, and nutrients are deposited. For this reason, floodplains are often areas of great fertility as well as rich ecosystems. They are excellent areas for lush, abundant crops. It is a natural occurrence that allows life in all areas to thrive. And this sacred landscape wants you to know that sometimes life overflows with emotions which can feel uncomfortable. However, the ensuing result of this discomfort can be of great value, perhaps arising from an unseen or unknown source, like we talked about the subconscious, right? You get this card when emotions are seemingly overflowing or not flowing at all. Cherish the overflow of emotions and embrace the times that seem murky, for your inner floodplains are being replenished, and as a result, there will be a great spiritual and physical expansion. Embrace all your emotions, and when you do so, great prosperity and fertility will flow into your life. Alternatively, if your emotions have been blocked, this is a time to explore and experience them. And the 5 of Cups is very much this message of embracing all emotions that we feel. We come down here to experience all those thoughts and those beliefs and those mindsets. I like how when we talk about cutting away the thoughts and the beliefs that no longer serve us, it means they did serve us for a time, showing us what we wanted to see. But we have a point in our life where we go sick and tired of feeling sick and tired, being exhausted, trying to live up to all those expectations, tired of feeling the emotions that we're feeling. And that's when we do the inward. We embrace everything, but we reflect on it going, what am I ready to choose differently? And I love the power of choice that came in here, because when we think that the only option we have are these that are rooted in the fears of losing conditional love, we feel desperate. We feel just, trapped, right? But when we realize there is another option, another choice that's rooted in unconditional love, we still visit these emotions, but we don't feel like we're stuck there. We know at any moment we can always make a choice to switch to a different emotion when we're tired or we're done feeling an emotion. Doesn't mean we don't go back and visit, because times maybe we get bored, right? Who wants a totally peaceful life their entire life? Well, you have peace of mind coming in, so you get to try to experience this. But when you get bored, you can always go back to drama anytime you want. So it's not like you're throwing it out with the trash. You're just moving it out, moving your energy from focusing on these thoughts. And they're just in the storehouse now. So if you ever want to go visit them, they're always available, but you don't have to. And which is the power that is coming in with this, which is what removes the blocks that are keeping you from manifesting and keeping you from moving forward. So I love the energy that's coming in here for you. There's freedom, there's peace of mind, there's flow, and I like it. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these timeless picket cards, I also put out weekly readings for each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos. So if you don't want to miss out on any of these and get notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then by clicking the subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. When you go in there, there is an option for all. And if you choose that, two things happen. One, you'll be notified immediately when new videos come out. Two, you also get notified when I'm going live to provide free readings on YouTube. I know. So I currently go every night of the week, every night, and then also on Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings. So if you haven't stopped by to check it out, I'd love to see you and see if we can get a free reading in there for you as well. Also, doing all those things I mentioned does help spread the Zen love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so excited, it wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I'm very, very grateful. And these are all general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video below. All right, all of you thinkers, as you go throughout this amazing, transformation of your thoughts and beliefs, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking soon. In the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. And if you chose reading number 3, which is the magic wand, and then this is the reading for you. And we're going to start off here pulling a card from the Cosmic Journey Oracle. And any of the cards I use in a reading, they do list them in the description box below. So if you even catch your eye and you want them, you know where you can pick those up. Now, the magic wand is a lot of the magician energy of the tarot, which is about taking where you're focusing your energy into your own hands. It's about motion. It's about action. It's putting things like your energy towards something, all your intentions, all your emotion, action. It's divine masculine type of energy, and we all have divine masculine, divine feminine within us. But divine feminine is more being a chalice, a cup, where we make a wish and we sit and we let the universe bring it. Where the magician, the magic wand, all of that energy and motion is more of making efforts and putting action towards things, movement toward it, right? So let's take a look here with this Cosmic Journey Oracle and see just what advice Spirit has for all of you magic wanders. So let's take a look here. For those that chose the magic wand, What advice do you have for them? Okay, they do want that one right there. And let's take a look. So your greatest work is your legendary legacy. Work, 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 right? That is card number 42. We'll put that over here. And let's see what message they bring here for you. So you've drawn the Sword of Destiny. Your legendary legacy awaits. An action that you take now may be felt for years or more. Your greatest work will stand against the endless tides of history, washing everything else away. Paradoxically, by trying to create a legacy, you might nullify the likelihood it'll happen. You must dare differently. And dare, D-A-R-E, stands for, D is for discover what you're uniquely designed to do. A is activate your unique genius by proclaiming your authentic power. R is remember your true mission here and why you incarnated at this time. And E is evolve your deepest dream into full service for the largest collective. So, like we talked about, action, action, action. The cosmic catalyst question you can ask yourself is, what is my deepest dream for the largest collective? What is it you truly want? The cosmic checkbox, which is an action that you can take if it resonates, it says, take an assessment that provides you with insight into another facet of your inborn genius and unique ability. They give examples of the Enneagram, E-N-N-E-A-G-R-A-M, Kolbe, which is K-O-L-B-E, wealth dynamics, or fascination. So those must be examples of assessments that you can take. So I like it. So this is all about what is your legacy? What do you want to do? And taking action. What it said, an action you take now can impact things for the entire of your life and create this beautiful legacy. So I like it. We're also going to pull a card here from the Conjure cards. This is the first time I'm using these in a reading, so I'm excited to see what they come forth, and I will use the little book since I am not very familiar with the meanings yet. But I decided to take action and use them because that's how you learn. Okay, so those that chose the magic wand, what do you have for them, please? What advice for those that chose the magic wand? All right, that's the one right there. And you received the Two of Hearts. Beautiful, beautiful card there. Sorry for the shadow there. We'll put that right here. And let's see what the Two of Hearts brings in here. It reminds me of course, the Two of Cups, which is about emotional choice. We'll see what it says in here, which is the horseshoe. The card of the Lovers, the Two of Hearts, shows an exchange based on the circumstances of this reading, whether a kiss, a money, a handshake, and so forth. It can also represent a deep relationship with another, including family. It can be, let's see, the reasons behind this card. But they are referencing the Lover's card, which is a lot like the Two of Cups in the Standard Tarot, because the Lovers is about an emotional choices that we have in either place of our life. Every moment is a choice between unconditional love or the fear of losing conditional love. So with this magic wand, a lot of the, movies that have magic and stuff in it, they're like your emotions are what control your intentions and your attention. And it's what activates things. And that is true of our manifestation, and how we manifest things is our heart, our emotions are what are guiding. That's the magic behind the wand. And we will, of course, dig in deeper here with the tarot. And this is the Tarot of the Divine. And let's see what other advice they have here. about this magic wand and about where you are focusing your energy and how you can change that. One more. All right. So for those that chose reading number 3, the magic wand, what would you like them to know, please? Okay, they do want that one there, that one, and these 2 are up here. And then this one is down here, and this one right here. Okay. So we will start with this one down here, and you have the Page of Swords. Now, swords are your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And so the pages they're gifted with the Ace of Swords, which does allow you to cut away old thoughts and old beliefs and old mindsets that no longer serve you. And those mindsets, those fears of losing conditional love, are those that impact our choice, impact our energy, right? Because we're taught to be aware of our fears. We're taught to give them a lot of attention and to raise our fears in a very wonderful way, right? We're taught be aware of what's not in your life. Be aware of what's in your life that you don't want. And we're told to focus that way and look that way. And when we do, that's our power of choice. We are growing the fears of conditional love. You know, this thoughts and these beliefs about I'm supposed to have this person in my life and I don't. I'm missing them. And then that missing energy is what's growing. Instead of us moving our thoughts and our beliefs from focusing on those things that are in our life that we don't want or are missing to what we're grateful for and what we do want in our life. And so that's where the magic changes. Where our thoughts go, our focus goes. Where our focus goes, our love energy flows, and that's what expands in our life. So I love this awareness coming in here. Yeah, and here we go, the 5 of Cups. So when we focus on the 3 cups that are spilt and the disappointments and things in life, that's what grows, that's what expands, that's where our attention is. And then behind her is the 2 of Cups, which we talked about. So here they are making themselves known. They're right behind her, waiting for her to switch her attention to them. And then that power of choice allows them to take over their life and not feel like their life is an out of control drama train that's about to blow up and as it dives off of the railroad tracks into a gorge, right, and explodes over there. So I love this power that's coming in here through this wands, it'd normally be the 2 of Wands. Here's the Queen of Swords too. So the Queen of Swords, here you got a lot of this attention about your thoughts and your beliefs and your mindsets, because they wield the Ace of Swords and so does the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is this beautiful balancing between heart and mind that's coming in here and allowing you to discover that you not only have the emotional choice of what emotions you want to feel in each moment, you also have the stories that you apply to each situation as they're unfolding too. And that is this power of attention and intention that is coming in with this magical wand. Wherever you point it is what grows. Whatever is in your mind and in your heart just feeds that energy and allows it to grow. And it doesn't matter that we're saying out loud, I am being grateful, but our heart is going, but I long to have them, or I would need this, or I'm fearing this. Our energy is going that direction. Doesn't matter what we're pretending to do on the outside. It's all about what's that self-talk that's continually we're giving attention to. What are those emotions that we're continually giving attention to? That's the power of the magic wand. And then here's the 2 of Cups. So I talked about the 2 of Cups, the 2 of Cups, the 2 of Cups. So definitely that's what this energy they're giving you. I mean, there's no doubt that that's what this message is for. I mean, they're just reiterating it over and over. Your power to choose the emotions and where you're investing those. And then you have the 5 of Coins. And the 5 of Coins Five of Pentacles in the Standard Tarot is about the outside world, right? It's about our worth and how we relate it to the outside world. And you can see here the card starts off about feelings of abandonment, of being out in the cold, literally here, and of being left behind. And it's about how the humans, and you got 2 fives here, which, so you have this change of emotions, you have this change of worth that's coming in here. But this changes from us having this focus on how people have let us down, how humans are not bringing me what I feel I'm supposed to need, I'm supposed to want, all these stories, right? And it transforms. This beautiful, beautiful stained glass window represents source, the universe, our higher power, whatever you believe the source of everything is, that higher power in your life. And there's this change of realizing as we turn inward and upward and connect to that unconditional love. We talked about this Ace of Swords allows us to connect to the capital T truths that are rooted in unconditional love of above. And we realize they're the ones that bring us what we need in each moment. Maybe not what we want, but always what we need in each moment. And their love for us is not fickle like the outside world, where you disappoint someone or don't do something they want and they withdraw their support from you. Spirit is different. They love us unconditionally and eternally. Eternally, it never ends. Unconditionally, not one condition for it. We can't lose it. We can't get any more of it because we have 100% of it already. And when we realize that, it transforms our fears, it transforms our energy, where we're not fearing so much and we're more focusing on gratitude for what is coming into our life, knowing and trusting that we have everything we need in each moment. So this beautiful energy transformation that's happening here. And then you have the Hermit card. And, kind of we were skating around it here, but the Hermit card is about turning inward. And when we turn inward, the Hermit normally has like this lantern that has a star in it, and that star is shining bright and helping on our path. Well, that star is our higher self. It is the connection to the higher realms. And so the Hermit is about to understand the energy, understand our power, where we point our magic wand. As we spend time reflecting and going inward and looking at those things, that's where this transformation happens. Our connection to the higher realm is such an important piece of it. Now, we're also going to pull a card here from the Sacred Destiny Oracle for your final message for this reading. Let's see what else they would like you to know. All right. So what's your final message for reading 3, those that chose the magic wand, please? Okay, they do want this one right here. And you have potential. The potential, right? I love this. So let's take a look here and see what message comes with that. It feels very much like what can you do with that magic wand? So this is a volcano at rest. It says volcanoes erupt in places where the Earth's plates meet and where there are cracks through which lava emerges either explosively or by flowing more slowly down a cinder cone. And even when a volcano is at rest, there's always a possibility of a huge eruption. There is the potential of great power. There are very few things on this planet more commanding than an erupting volcano. The archetypal personality of a volcano is one of a wild, unpredictable, and formidable energy. And this sacred landscape wants you to know that this card appears when you are ready to activate your potential and step into your strength. This is the time to activate those gifts that you've had on the back burner in your life. Have incredible untapped potential. This is the time to allow it to flow. An inner wellspring of power is emerging. You have a profound spiritual power that is deep within you. Do not doubt your great authority and capabilities. A dormant volcano might indicate that you have uncomfortable emotions that you are repressing or keeping inside, thus creating emotional stress and inner pressure. Could also mean that you are on the verge of a great expansion of energy and life force. Shut up. Yeah, so exactly what we're talking about here. Action, action, action. Really understanding your power through your emotions and through your thoughts and beliefs. Such potential, wonderful energy that's going to be outflowing into your life and allowing it to flow. Because wherever you focus your energy is where your power, your love, your intentions, and your manifestation flows as well. So I am loving this for you. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these pick a card readings, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. And if you don't want to miss out on any of those and get notified immediately when they become available, if you do give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then by clicking that subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, there is an option for all. If you select that, two things happen. One, of course, you'll be notified when new videos come out on the channel. But two, you're also notified when I go live to provide free readings on YouTube. I know. Currently, I go every night and then also Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings. So if you haven't checked it out, I'd love for you to stop by and see if we can get a free reading in there for you too. And those things I mentioned also help spread the Zen love, and it does help my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so giddy excited it wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of those things, please know I'm very, very grateful for that. And these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video below. All right, all of you magical beings, as you go throughout this empowering time, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking soon, but in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. If you chose reading number 4, which is the attitude of gratitude, then this is the reading for you. And of course, when we have this amazing energy of gratitude, it transforms our manifestation. You know, the more we're grateful for what is in our life, the more the universe brings in more things to be grateful for. So I love the energy around the attitude of gratitude. And we're going to, of course, pull cards here. I'm going to start off with the Cosmic Journey Oracle. And any of the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box below. So if you are interested in picking any of them up for yourself, you know where you can get them. So let's take a look here and see what advice Spirit has for you that chose the attitude of gratitude. All right off the bat here. And you contain the entire universe encoded within you. Wow. Powerful card. That is card number 36. We'll put that over here. And let's see what message comes in here. Yes, you're a proud card-carrying member of the Galactic Library of Infinite Records and Deeds. You contain all the information of the universe encoded within you and ready to be checked out anytime without any pesky overdue fees. Our galactic emergence and ascension were predicted by so many cultures and mythologies. This is the time, and you are the one that you've been waiting for. It starts with one, capital O, capital N, capital E, you. The entire universe is holographic. What you do to evolve yourself evolves the cosmic story so it can be recorded in the stacks of folios of the future. What choice would you want to make now, knowing the ripples of impact you'll have? Interesting. A cosmic catalyst question you can ask yourself is, what is the title of the story I am writing to be stored in the Galactic Library? What are the first lines? And a cosmic checkbox, which is something that you can do if it resonates, illustrate the cover of the book in the Galactic Library. So, wonderful awareness of what impact do you want to have on the world in a way. Also, with manifesting and with the gratitude and thank you kind of energy coming in here is what do you want that story to look like, right? Do you want it to be a story of sadness and victimhood and like a tragedy? I was trying to think of the word that they have it, like the tragedies of the old, do we want to read that, or do we want to have a story with a happy ending, something that we're like, oh my gosh, full of gratitude? That's kind of what I'm feeling here. We're also going to pull from the conjure cards here and see what else they want you to know. This is the first time I'm using these in a reading, so I will read from the book since I'm not super familiar with these. I am grateful to have these cards. All right. So what do you want for those that chose reading number 4? Okay, they do want that one. And do you have the Jack of Diamonds? Let's see here. There we go. Try not to have the shadow in there. And we'll put that right here. And let's see what message comes with the Jack of Diamonds. All right, so the Jack of Diamonds. It is the wagon wheel. And it says, we all know that song originally sung by the Old Crow Medicine Show and then redone by Darius Rucker. It speaks of reunion, a young man and a beautiful girl. And when my mama taught me to read, the Jack of Diamonds was a beautiful girl and a young boy, something new but not tapped into yet. It's generally good news, and for this, the card main symbol is the wagon wheel. To dream of one signifies a visitor. Like the wheel, folks travel many roads here and there, and sometimes find themselves meeting each other halfway. This card foretells a future meeting between friends or relatives. Specifically, it represents a young man or young woman with blonde or light features. However, the one whom this card represents may also be hard to please. Uh-oh. So, I love this Wheel of Fortune kind of energy. It's like the major arcana that I'm seeing here. Because it is about fated events. It is about realizing, the Wheel of Fortune in the major arcana has the story that Spirit gave, which is when we come into this world, we choose who we're going to be. First of all, the avatar that's going to represent us. So my higher self chose me to represent itself and how it's going to experience this life through when I'm born, when I'm going to withdraw back to spirit, and all these fated events. And within each of those fated events, we still have the power to choose what emotion we want to feel as we go through it and what story you want to apply to it as well. So very empowering, very just enlightening, right? Because sometimes it feels like this life is an out-of-control drama train that's about to leap off the tracks and explode in a gorge. But when you get that message, it's like everything is so designed for us that we can transform from this place of victimhood where we feel life is happening to us to where we can be grateful in each moment that's happening because we know the universe is kind. We know that they love us, that they are bringing to us what we want to experience, and it's happening for us in some way. Even though sometimes it's hard for us to understand it, as we are within that. And I saw this like up here in the corner here. Let me see if I can get it without a shadow. It's like, it feels like there's another wheel. These wheels are turning, and this gratitude, this attitude of gratitude really is at its core looking at that we can be grateful for whatever is happening, even though it's not meeting up to our expectations, what our human was wanting. We can transform it with our mentality to be grateful for whatever we're going through. It's like finding the silver lining, right? That we can go, okay, we may not understand it now. I may not even understand it in this lifetime. I might have to wait till I'm back on the other side, looking back through this galactic library going, what story did I want to have unfold? This Wheel of Fortune is allowing us to see things in more clarity. We're also going to pull from the Tarot of the Divine. Let's see what else they have to add in here. But I feel like this, being thankful for the story that's unfolding, because it's our story. You know, what cards was I dealt? These aren't good. Well, were they? Well, I wanted these cards to be dealt to me, for me. And so, how can I change the story that I'm putting around it, right? The story that I'm writing. Okay. So let's see, what else for those that chose reading number 4, please. Okay, so we got these two here. And they do want this one here and this one here, but this one down here. And yeah, they do want that one right here. Okay. So put those over there. Sorry, that was pretty loud. Sorry about that. So let's take a look here. And you've got the Two of Wands. And the Two of Wands is this energy. It's so perfect for this, because the Two of Wands shows us that wherever we focus our energy is what grows. And the story I usually mention, or the description of this card, is we are focusing on what is missing in our life and what we don't want in our life, and then that grows, or we focus on what we're grateful for, which amplifies, which is this whole reading is what are we grateful for? What am I thankful for? Then that expands in my life. Focusing on that and what I do want in my life instead of what's missing and what I don't want in my life expands, and the energy the creator hears, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. It brings us more things to be grateful for, because it sees that's the energy. It only hears the energy. It doesn't hear our words. So I could be going, I'm so grateful for this stuff in my life, but I'm missing that. You know, in our heart, it's all focusing on our missing. Our intention is all on the missingness and the things we don't want in our life. And this is the transformation. This is what happens. This is what brings more things in. How we can manifest more when we start to be grateful for what we do want, not focusing on what we don't. Like, an example of that too is like, I want healing. I want healing. Healing. It's like, okay, the universe is hearing you like healing. So when that heals, you like healing, I'm going to give you something else that can heal, and something else that can heal. And it's like, no. I want health. It's like, okay, that's different. So we focus on we're grateful for health instead of I want healing. There's a different type of energy around it. So I love that the Two of Wands popped up here. And then you have the Three of Wands, which comes after the Two of Wands, obviously. And the Three of Wands is with new information. You do change direction in your life, and you make choices differently. You have different destinations that you choose. So with this ability and this power, you make adjustments, you make changes in your path as well. I love that. And then you have the Death card. Yeah, so you definitely have endings and new beginnings, a rebirth that comes through this, which makes total sense because you are ready. You're ready for this change. You're ready for this old way of being. We're ready for the victimhood to end and this feeling of empowerment in our life to happen. No longer being afraid of what comes our way, because we know that we get to choose what something means. We get to choose how we feel as we go through it. We control our energy, so we start drawing in these things differently. We start looking at life in a completely different way as well. Yeah, you have the Eight of Coins, Eight of Pentacles, and this is all about moving up in the outside world. So you're putting in the work, you're making the change, and then this does bring new things into your life. It takes you to higher levels, whether it's in relationship, in work, or schooling, or your body, or your possessions, or your bank accounts, or moving from one location to another. This change of energy, this change does begin to manifest things differently in the outside world, bringing you to higher levels that are for your good. Yeah, and here you have the Knight of Cups. Emotional movement, Knights are all about movement. So again, there's this movement that happens. The energy starts to flow and starts to go in a different direction. Knights also go on a quest, and this knight happens to be in questing for the Holy Grail, the chalice, which is full of the unconditional love of the higher realms. And as you focus, like every moment as well is a choice of unconditional love from up above, or the fear of losing conditional love in the human world. And so this Knight of Cups search is for this unconditional love, realizing that this fear of losing conditional love isn't what it's all cracked up to be. We focus energy on gleaning and getting stuff in the outside world, like relationships or situations or things, but they end up disappointing and pointing us inward and upward to the search for a higher love. And then our energy totally changes with that too. We become so grateful for this love that's inside of us. We feel so full and overflowing that the gratitude just flows even more, because we look at those outside things not as falling short all the time, having depended on them for our worth before, not getting it consistently, right? That's where the instability came that eventually turned us inward. But when we look at those things that people do on the outside, before, when we were defining ourselves by them, there was always our high expectations and what people were doing. There's all this lack, right? But when we find that we have all our wholeness inside of us, we don't have those expectations on others. So everything they give here is abundance instead. Gratitude, we're so thankful for it because it's extra. I loved an example they've been given recently is when we look to others for that they're our meal and our dessert, then we are panicking, we are stressing that we're not going to have it and that people are going to withdraw it from us. But when we find it within us, we find our meal and first and second dessert within us, in our heart, inward and upward. Then when people bring us third dessert, fourth dessert, fifth dessert, we're okay. We're like, oh, thank you. It's over and abundant. It's like Thanksgiving, which is coming up tomorrow, which this is coming out. I'm recording this day before Thanksgiving. So tomorrow, and it's like we might have a third or fourth or fifth dessert, but if we didn't have it, we'd be okay, right? It's just above and beyond extra. And that's how you start looking at life differently with this too. It's so much more gratitude because everything is just abundant. And then you have the Temperance, balancing things out, and patience as well. And so the energy does balance out in your life, and you don't worry about rushing either. When we trusting, that what is coming for us is beautiful and for us all timely with those fated events, then we don't really care about timelines so much because we're focusing on being grateful in this moment, not future moments. When I've taken a couple times in my life where I've made big decisions and changes in my life where I'm like, okay, I can live my dream. I'm going to go live my dream instead of trying to live in the rat race. And so when I sat down and go, well, what is my dream? I had all these thoughts about, being a spiritual person means that you are doing, teaching and books and best-selling author and blah, 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 all this stuff, right? All the things that come to your mind and what success is. And Spirit took me into the future and showed me, well, here you are. Now, are you happy? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm looking at the next thing, the next thing, the next thing. And so I realized if I can't be grateful and happy with what I have in my life in this moment, I'm not going to be happy in any future moment. So I can choose to be happy and grateful now and just be here now with the Creator in this wonderful attitude of gratitude, and it changes things. I also, around the subject matter of gratitude, you can do a gratitude journal too. I did one once where I was going for 30 days. I wrote something I was grateful for every single day, not repeating anything. And at the end of 30 days, I loved the energy that it had switched for me, that I continued to do it up to like 4 or 5 months, not repeating a single thing any of those days. And so I really encourage you, if that resonates, to look into doing something like that, even for just 30 days. My mom, she has a cookie jar that she doesn't put cookies in anymore. And so she instead would write what she was grateful for on a little slip of paper and put it in there each day, or even maybe a couple of times throughout the day. And then at the end of the month, she would go through and read each of them. And it was very encouraging and very transformative too. So I love that. We're also going to pull from this Sacred Destiny Oracle. Let's see what their final message for this reading is for all of you that chose the attitude of gratitude. So what's your final message here? None of those? Okay. All right. This one right here. Do you have change? Beautiful card there. We'll put that right here. And let's see what message comes with this for you. It says throughout time, and this is Dancing Clouds is the name of this picture. Throughout time, people have looked to the heavens for signs, and in the ever-changing movement of the clouds, they've seen shapes and forms that seem to be direct messages from the Creator. Clouds are shapeshifters. Their essence is the same, but they can change from mist to rain to ice to snow to water. The transient nature of clouds lends the understanding that life is transitory and ever-changing. And this sacred landscape wants you to know that it's okay to change your mind. It's all right to change directions. You do not need to be consistent. This is the time to put the needs and expectations of others aside and listen to the beat of your own drum. You don't need to follow tradition. Create your own traditions. You are free to express yourself and let your spirit fly. Be daring. Go beyond predictable behavior. Just because something has always been done a certain way doesn't mean that it needs to continue to be done that way. You can't control the exact circumstances of your life, but you can control what meaning you give to them. Select meanings that empower you, for this is the time to be carefree, wild, and unpredictable. So exactly as we talked about with the Wheel of Fortune, you get to determine what it means. And you can be grateful and thankful for things that you didn't feel like you were supposed to be grateful for before, because we're taught that happens. Oh, devastating. That happens. Oh, you're missing that in your life now. And we're taught that. And we come here to experience all that. So there's no judgment in it. It's just when we're ready to feel something different, we're sick and tired of feeling sick and tired and all the emotions that are tied to that, we can make this change. We can transform our victimhood to an attitude of gratitude instead. And I love the energy that comes with that and how it impacts your life. So that's what they have for you for this. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these timeless pick-a cards, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. If you don't want to miss out on any of those and get notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then by clicking that subscribe button, you're given access to the notification bell. And when you go in there, there is an option for all. And if you select that, two things happen. One, you're notified immediately when new videos come out. And also two, you're notified when I'm going live on YouTube to provide free readings. Currently, I go every night and then also Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings. But if you haven't stopped by to say hello and check it out, I'd love to see you. See if we can get a free reading in there for you too. And doing those things I mentioned also helps spread the Zen love, and it helps my channel grow in significant ways, because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to my channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so happy, wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of that, please know I am very, very grateful. And these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video below. All right, amazing attitude of gratituders. As you go through this amazing transformation, this change of attitude, please know that every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking soon. But in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care. If you chose reading number 5, which is trust, then this is the reading for you. And we are going to start off pulling a card here from the Cosmic Journey Oracle. And all the cards I use in a reading, I do list in the description box of the video below. So if you're interested in any of those, if they catch your eye, you know where you can pick those up. Now, trust. This subject is about kind of like the pinky swear with the universe. Doing what you can with your manifestation, what you're trying to bring into your life, and then trusting the Creator to hand it over to them, to the spirit world, to bring and do the rest of the things that are out of your control. Do what you can, and then trusting divine timing, trusting Source will bring in what you need in the perfect timing, in the perfect way. Letting go of a lot of expectations and opening things up. So I love this energy around manifesting. So let's take a look here and see, for all those that you chose trust, what advice Creator and Spirit have for you. So, all right. All right, well, actually, this is the one. I thought it was going to be the other one. They're like, nope, this one. And you've got, you will only see the way by making the way. All right, so we've got card number 38. So making the way. Let's take a look here. Sounds like what we were talking about a little bit, so I'm excited to see what this says. It says, there are no more well-marked trails to travel anymore. All institutions, organizations, and establishments are in a state of creative destruction. The safe route, or the right way to build your life, your resume, your business, is over and done. If you receive this card, it's time now for you to walk the pathless path, leading with love. Rejoice. What a time and space to be alive, taking part in nudging forward the next era of evolving human consciousness. You've volunteered to be a torchbearer, leaving guideposts for others as you move ahead with joy as your GPS. You can see the way only by making the way. Your cosmic catalyst question is, what did I volunteer for down here in service of evolving myself and the world? And the cosmic checkbox here, which is something that you can do if it resonates, it says, get lost on purpose. Turn off your phone and simply allow yourself to wander in a new area freely. Wow. So trusting joy as your GPS. And this is beautiful because, with trusting the universe, instead of, it's like letting go of all that construct of how things are supposed to be and should be and need to be, let joy in your heart be your guide, listening to spirit, connecting and following them. And I love that. Wow. All right. We're also going to pull here from the Conjure cards. This is the first time I'm using these in a reading. So I will check the book. Since I'm not super familiar with it, I decided to go on this unmarked journey into these cards, not knowing what they are about. So let's take a look here. See what, okay. This is the message they have here. And you've got the 5 of clubs, the red barn. So we'll put that right here. And let's see what the 5 of clubs brings in. Okay, it must be this way. Okay, here we go. So the barn. To dream of a barn signifies a visitor. As the barn sustained many a family back in the day, it represents symbolically that you have all that you need, or that everything is taken care of. Literally, it represents the body and its health normally. Reversed, this would mean it shows lack of something and impacts on the body. But I love that it's you have everything you need, right? And this is beautiful because this is the trusting that the Creator will always bring you everything that you need in this moment. Maybe not everything you want, but everything you need. And it's about taking steps forward to what you want. You know, and this looks like they have like this Ace of Wands, or a fiery sword, but I kind of feel like it's with all that fire, it feels like the Ace of Wands and the Standard Tarot, which is about your spark, your energy, your passions, and that you are stepping toward and heading toward what you're wanting to manifest, what you're wanting to bring into your life, but also trusting that you have everything you need in each moment and that you're guided on the path too. So I like it. Let's take a look here at the Tarot of the Divine as well, and let's see what else that they want you to know about this. Trusting, pinky swearing with the universe that you will trust them and you know they are always with you. They promise to always bring you what you need in each moment. Okay, I do want that one there, these 2 up here. And then these 2, actually, they want this one and this one. All right, well, you actually get a 3rd one. You're the only one that gets 3, so ooh la la. We'll see what this one's about. We're going to put that one because that one's the odd man out. So let's see here what else they want you to know here. So you have the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords, swords all your thoughts, your beliefs, your mindsets, your attitudes, your expectations. And the Queen balances heart and mind as they're coming into year 2, which I like that because it is also, the heart is like the divine feminine energy that we all have within us, you know, compassion and emotion. And the thought, the brain, is the divine masculine, right? Which we, regardless if we're male or female or how we identify, we have both of those within us. And this is the balancing of the heart and the mind. Again, the kind of the divine masculine energy is like the magician, which is manifesting and taking action toward what you want. But also there's the flip side with the divine feminine, which is becoming a chalice. And the stuff that we are unable to get and head off for ourselves, we ask for and we wait to receive from the universe. So it's this beautiful combination between manifesting and wishing that's coming in here, which we do around a full moon as well. Or I'm sorry, a new moon. We're able to manifest what we want to bring into our life, what seeds we want to plant, what actions we take, but we also can make the wishes, which is waiting for the universe to bring them to us. And you have the 6 of Cups coming in here. And this is an interesting card to come up with the trusting, but it's making sense because it is known as like the nostalgia card, reflecting back on the past. And I love the combination of understanding why we mistrust. Goes back to a lot of our inner child and understanding what we experienced and where mistrust came from. But it also is about looking back over our past and realizing we've always had everything we needed. and that the Creator always brought me everything I ever needed in my life, and that they aren't going to start now letting me down. I've been alive for over 50 years and never let me down. I'm like, all right, you've got a good track record, Creator, so I'm going to trust you, and building that trust. And we got the Hermit's Journey. So definitely turning inward and spending time with ourselves, reflecting. Usually they'll have like a lantern, which has the star in it. And that star is our higher self, our connection to the higher realms, allowing them to guide us on our path. So definitely reinforced here with trusting the universe that they will guide us if we ask for their assistance and if we shut up and listen, right? They could be telling us all along, hey, take a right up here. Hey, take a right. Why we lost? You're like, well, I told you to take a right back there, but you weren't listening. So now we have to do a course correct and come back around, right? So if we learn to connect to the higher realm, to that beautiful whispers of love from above by raising our vibration to that of unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace, that becomes this guide for us. This joy of GPS, like it mentioned, allows us to stay on track. And I like that. Then we have the King of Swords. You have both the divine feminine and divine masculine coming in here anyway, even though they already did it here. But where the Queen, she rolls over, both of these roll over air, the mind. The queens are given that portion of water, which is the balance between heart and mind. But the King of Swords, all the kings are given an extra portion of air. So this is really about diving into the mind and the mindsets and the thoughts and the beliefs and looking at those. With the Ace of Swords, it allows us to, one, connect to the capital T truths of the higher realm, while at the same time cutting away the old thoughts and the old beliefs that we have. So we could be looking at some mistrusting thoughts and beliefs that we had before with this reflection into our inner child, and these thoughts and beliefs that were created in protection of our little self maybe be outdated, and these are why we're able to release those mistrusting things about lack, these beliefs we have about lack and not having enough and not being worthy to receive. These are all being deconstructed through this, like it talked about the deconstruction of things here too. Those old thoughts, those old ways are being deconstructed. And then you have the Knight of Coins, the Knight of Pentacles. The knights all go on a quest, and this night is about in search of the Ace of Pentacles, which is one of the things that we look in, finding a new way of looking at our worth in relation to the outside world, our worthiness. It also is a card of things on the outside world take time to catch up to what's going on our insides. And we can have the patience that we don't change from the outside in, we change from the inside out. And it's just basically saying, as you work on your worth and you work on this trust and knowing you're going to have everything you need, this trust building allows things to manifest and come into the outside world. Just in the beginning, it takes time for it to catch up because it's a new way of looking at things, right? Definitely going inward and understanding the path that we have going on here is important. And then you have the Five of Swords. And swords, like we talked about here, you have plenty of them. Thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, another 5 here, which is about change. We have a change in the conflict of our mindsets. And I don't feel like in this particular reading it is about how we have these disagreements with people in the outside world. I feel this is more inside mental of we have conflicting thoughts about our worth, conflicting thoughts about trust. And as these get worked out, then it becomes a more cohesive bond and a smooth peace of mind as things flow in. And let's see what this extra card was all about here. Yeah, the Tower. Comes down to trust, don't it? That when things get removed out of our lives, that it's being removed for us. And so people don't leave our lives. We don't lose jobs. We don't lose possessions. Things are removed out of our lives for us. We trust that the universe is kind and that they're having things unfold for our highest experience. And so if we have a relationship or someone passes away, or if we have a job that we no longer are at because they terminated us, that these things were moved to make space for things that are in more alignment with where we're headed and who we want to be in this life, or they're cleared out of the way so that we can move forward and have flow and move into a direction, into a relationship, a job, whatever it may be, that's in alignment with our future, with where we are wanting to head. All right, so I love that coming in here because this is about trusting. And then Sacred Destiny Oracle will be the final card we pull here to see what the final piece of advice is for all those that chose trust. What's your final message for those that chose trust? All right, this is the one right here. And we have Enlightenment. Beautiful card coming in there. We'll put that right here, and let's see what message comes with this. So this is called the Vast Galaxy, and it says, our beautiful home galaxy is so large that if you traveled at the speed of light, it would take you 100,000 years to go from one end to the other. But it is small compared to some galaxies. For example, the Hercules A galaxy would take 1.5 million years to cross at the speed of light. The realm of galaxies is so vast and so wide that it is beyond human comprehension, which is why the galaxy often symbolizes great enlightenment, as well as faith in the forces much greater than us. Faith is trust. Trust in the forces much greater than us. The sacred landscape wants you to know that enlightenment occurs when one steps out of the confines of an ordinary definition of self and expands into a greater awareness of the self within the universe. You are now reaching into the invisible realm of spirit and connecting with what you cannot see. Forces beneath the surface are supporting you on your journey. Have faith in yourself. You are so much more than you believe yourself to be. Have patience that there is a plan unfolding. The sky's the limit. And this card represents enlightenment and signals that you are entering into a time of expansive transformation in a luminous and remarkable way. Trust that the changes ahead are for the greater good, for most certainly they are. I'm not. It's right there. It's right there. Right there. Trust. Sometimes I have to show you because it's amazing how they affirm that trust, that everything that unfolds is unfolding for you, and that you can trust the universe, that it is kind. And what a beautiful, beautiful transformation this has. I know when I was moving several times, but one of the big ones was when I was originally moving from where I'm living now in the city. I moved away and I was moving to live near my family in northern Idaho. And I had so much that I needed to get done in a short amount of time that I was freaking out. The list was very long and I only had so much time to get it all done before the move date was coming, and I was putting my condo up for sale and all this stuff. And when I'd start to freak out, I would hear the Creator ask, "Do you trust me?" And I'd be like, wow, on the spot, put on the spot, right? And I'd be like, I do. I'd really, in my heart, I did trust that things were going to unfold. And then also, they would ask, do you love me? And I would be like, oh yeah, I absolutely do. And then I'd have peace come to me until I started freaking out again, right? But I freaked out enough over and over and over again, where I heard over and over again, do you trust me? And amazing things happened throughout that experience as I learned to trust. Like, the move date was moved up. Spirit was like, actually, I don't want you to move in 6 months. I want you to move in 2. And I was like, oh my God, there's no way I'm going to be able to get everything done in that short amount of time. I had already started moving like a lot of stuff into my living room that I was going to get rid of because I was going to take it with me in this move. And so there was this large boatload of stuff in my living room. And I said, well, if you want me to move, I'm going to have to get rid of this stuff this weekend so that I can get the carpet in and paint and this and that and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, I trust you. This is what's going to happen. And I am not lying to you. Within 5 minutes, my phone beeped saying that someone sent me a message on Facebook. And it was one of my friends who was sitting with another one of my friends. And they're like, hey, are you still trying to get rid of stuff? Because we have someone who is totally starting over, and they'll take whatever you want to give them, and they'll actually even come pick it up this weekend if it's okay. What? And I was like, yeah, give them my number. I was just like blown away, almost in shock that happened, right? And then also, so my realtor came over on Thursday. I was packing up everything Friday and leaving Saturday morning to drive out of town. And so my realtor stopped by and I gave her all the keys and everything else. And she goes, anything I can do for you? And I was like jokingly, I said, yeah, you can sell my condo before I reach my brother's on Sunday. And she's like, I'll see what I can do. I tell you, I left like at 5 a.m. Or 4 a.m., something like that in the morning. And before I left the state lines, I had one offer. Before I got to my brother's, I had 4 offers on my condo. And so it's like, the universe is like, just trust me. And they will. They're able to have so many amazing things come into play. If we don't restrict them, if we don't box it in that it has to happen this way, like it talked about in the beginning. If I do what I can, and then I'm like, okay, universe, the rest is up to you, whatever way you want to bring it, I trust you. And boom, they deliver. So I love this for you. I'm so happy that this message is coming for you because it will be life transforming. So beautiful, beautiful. Now, if you are looking for more messages of love from above, in addition to these videos, these pick-a cards, I also put out weekly energy updates for each individual zodiac sign, also monthly readings for each individual zodiac sign, and a few other types of videos throughout the month. So if you don't want to miss out on any of these and get notified immediately when they become available, if you give this video a little thumbs up by clicking the like button, and then also clicking the subscribe button gives you access to the notification bell. When you go in there, there's this option for all. And if you select that, 2 things happen. 1, you get notified immediately when new videos come out. But 2, you also get notified when I go live to provide free readings on YouTube. Currently, I go every night and then also on Friday, Saturday, Sunday mornings. So if you haven't stopped by to check it out, I'd love to see you and see if we can get a free reading in there for you too. Also, doing those things I mentioned helps spread the Zen love, and it does help my channel grow in significant ways. Because when you like or share one of my videos, comment on one of my videos, subscribe to the channel, doing those things makes the YouTube algorithm so crazy happy, wants to automatically share my videos with other people as well. So if you feel inspired to do any of the things I mentioned, please know I'm so very grateful. Also, these are general readings. If you're looking for even more specific information and answers for your specific life, I do offer personal readings, and all that information is listed in the description box of the video below. All right, amazing people, as you go through this pinky little swear trust experience with the Creator, please know that every second of every day you are unconditionally loved by the Mother and Father of all things. And of course, I love you too. Have an amazing adventure. We'll be talking soon, but in the meantime, you hang in there and you take care.